is up, ladies and gerbils? Welcome to another Friday night. What the hell did I call this again? Weekly drawing retrospective. So, I basically, there wasn't really much work, and this is a bit of a special edition because this kind of concludes most of the drawings I did the week before this one and this one. And on this one I didn't really do that much because Inktober started this week, so I decided this year I'm gonna do Inktober as well. Actually, I went off mid-September and bought some liners, and I have I got about 4 pages. I'm gonna do another page today, another sketch in ink. So yeah, hopefully I get to, what I have in mind comes pretty nice, because the ones I did so far I'm not really that inspired by. So yeah, nothing really much to talk about in what I'm doing on the screen. It's just a little sketch to warm up my hand. On Monday, the little, this warrior chick with a very creepy skull helmet, mostly, war-based, oriented. But may use the idea, may not in the final comic. I don't know. We'll see. Just did it to kind of get in the zone there. And right after this, I am going to continue where I left off last week with our little lady character here. And I get on to ink this and color it and put a little background in the rectangle, and pretty much it. So yeah, nothing much to say about that. So kind of back to Inktober. I was looking forward to this. Even from September, I was like, maybe I should use this sketchbook I bought for something else. And it's not really like a good sketchbook. I think I bought the crappiest one I could find, yet it still needed to be okay, because I didn't want the ink from the liners going through the pages. So yeah, quality wise in the paper it's pretty nice. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I haven't done traditional drawing in quite a while. I mean, since I got my first tablet, doing stuff on paper has been kind of limited. I mean, I really switched the medium, but it's nice. It's a nice change of pace, and the thing is, I do these recording sessions where I record what I do, on the PC during the day with the tablet, and then before I go to bed I rip up a sketch in the sketchbook, and when I put the sketchbook down, it's kind of weird because I still want to control every action I do as I do in the PC. It's just kind of weird, kind of puts me off balance a little bit, and this whole switch kind of did pull me off balance. I mean, this week I wasn't as productive as I would have hoped. So of course, comic wise I still would have done much, because I pretty much, from where the script goes for now, I kind of depleted every idea I had. So I don't really have anything else to do than I think I have a bunch of maybe some, actually I do have a little weapon I need to draw for one of the characters, but since she appears pretty briefly, I don't know if I'm gonna waste the time now. I could do it later, or just improvise on the spot. I'll see what I'll do. I don't want to finish the script this weekend, or at least get as much of it as I can get done. The ideas are still in my head, so just need to put them on paper, see how they work, and tie them all up, and I'll be good to go and drawing the rest of the stuff I need. I'll be needing to go into 3D for a few of the scenes, but I'll see how I'll work the backgrounds out. Probably I'll do 3D, probably not, probably a combination, most likely a combination, because some of the details, are gonna be a time waster. Not necessarily a time waster, because everything that gets your stuff to look good isn't a waste of time, but they're gonna be time consuming if I'm gonna do them all by hand. So yeah, either way, it's still a lot of work that needs to be done on the War Babes comic. I don't want it to be shallow. I want it to be pretty nice looking. So yeah, that's kind of my getting the grips again with the sketchbook and kind of what's going on with the comic at the moment. So yeah. Right now here I'm putting the colors on the character. Just the color palette, I kind of had it in my mind. I was still thinking of working with earthy brownish colors that I kind of used for the medic android I did in the previous episode. And I kind of ended up using that at the end. But I ended up, changing out, altering the color combination a little bit, just a tad bit, not too much. And yeah, I changed the tone here for the main part of the suit, because it was a bit too light, and in my mind I had to this needs to be very, not very dark, but at least be, the darkest of the browns. So yeah, let's see, what the hell did I do this week? Oh yeah, my chair broke, so right now I'm sitting on a little kitchen chair. It's pretty nice. Kind of brings me back to my original way of sitting at a desk. Back in the day, I didn't really have a fancy chair, and I had one of these little kitchen chairs with no back, so drawing and sitting at a table a lot was pretty you after a day of a few good hours of drawing, you could really feel you worked hard. So yeah, but of course back in the day I used to do a lot more exercise. So yeah, right now you go to work, you sit at a desk there, and now you come home and you sit at another desk home. Of course I'm trying to change my habits a lot more. And yeah, this is where this area I kind of had a little thinkery about what to change and what to put for colors over there. And I'm going into the values, putting in some soft shadows and all the hard shadows. Shadow wise, this was pretty simple, straightforward. Again, just to get an idea of what the character's colors are and what she looks like. Of course, she will have a helmet, as all the War Babe characters do have. And initially I thought, well, maybe she's gonna hold her helmet in her hand, or she's gonna have the helmet on her head. But no, I decided just make it like this, make it cute, and we'll do the helmet another time. Of course, this was a bit of a stretch in drawing her, because where the script goes right now, she doesn't appear yet. So yeah, I decided just to put her in because I already had a sketch. So that's kind of the only reason I made a drawing of this character. She's called Lashblade, by the way, so didn't put that in the beginning. Yeah, so we're kind of reaching the end. This was where I'm putting the little rectangular background, and now I'm starting off something else. Let's see, what was this? I think there's a little section here with a few doodles. Oh, before we get to the main event of this week, which was actually, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm not gonna say what it is, because I know it did. So yeah, this is it. So yeah, I decided to do a little picture of Bowsette, because I guess that's a thing now, and I just made a fun little sketch. This was on, believe it or not, this was on Thursday. Actually, no, it wasn't on Thursday. It was on Wednesday, because with the lady I did before, that I drew before, that was Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, because I did coloring on Tuesday, and this was on Wednesday. So yeah, decided to give this character a shot. Initially, I decided to try it as many of the references I found, and put a dress and basically have it like a dark version of Peach, because that's what many depictions of her are. But then again, I said no, she's a bit, she comes from an antagonist character. She's a lot more bad, so she's gonna be a bad girl, so she's gonna have leather pants instead of a dress. So yeah, it was a pretty fun drawing. Spent about an hour or something on it. Didn't really work out with. I wanted to put a tooth sticking out upwards, but didn't really work out. So kind of ditched that idea. Yeah, went a bit, maybe I would say too far, because initially I had planned, okay, I'm just gonna do a sketch and I'm just gonna polish it out and I'm gonna color it. But the sketch was a bit too rough, and I said, oh, I'm just gonna ink it. And I ended up, doing the whole process with the inks, and coloring and everything. And that's what it ended up, being. It came out, pretty nice, I guess. Nothing too fancy. I don't want to brag about it. So yeah, I initially, when I first heard of this meme, it was I watch ProZD's Vines, and he had a little Vine over there, and first I didn't really understood what it was. I got the point what he was saying, but then I saw that the internet was flaming about this thing, and then I discovered, yeah, this is actually a thing. This isn't like a joke, a joke by some person. It's a bit bigger. It's bigger than what I originally thought. So yeah, that's pretty much the story of how I found out about it. Yeah. Here I wasn't sure about the color of the tail, so I went in through a little bit of a process of elimination of how what color would the tail be. And I had almost forgotten about the horns in a previous segment over there. And the color of the hair, I think I ended up changing it. Or actually, no, this is the final color. So at about this point, I was kind of getting a bit wasted and worn out, because the sketch part was pretty fun, but coloring it took a little bit more time than I wanted it. So yeah, what I like about it is that I made the little crown angry. It has the the eyebrows, pointed. And yeah, this is where I put the shading in. I had almost forgotten that, I made this rule of using soft shades for the skin and hard shades for the rest of, clothes or whatever. And doing this little drawing here reminded me of that. Hopefully I don't forget about it again. Because I do, it's weird, but sometimes I do forget about things I plan or I say. And it doesn't matter if I, note them down or not, I still forget about them. So it's gonna be pretty much done in a few. This is where, get the hair highlights and the background and yeah, almost done. And after this, I think this is gonna be a little sketch of Admiral Nirvana, which I did in the previous, episode. I was pretty, bored. Thursday it's pretty much when all of my energy is like wasted. I'm just waiting for Friday to come and go. So I went up and I drew something simple, and I'm surprised that I kind of did get the character, because in the beginning I was like, I don't know what to draw. I was in a bit of a art block, and after that I was like, I had this I have this pose in my mind, very arrogant looking, thinking, whatever. And I can do, Nirvana. She is kind of like that. Because, a little bit of a spoiler here for a character. I haven't really gotten into the story yet. She is, an aristocrat officer, so to speak, So yeah, this was just a little sketch. Didn't end up coloring it. So ended the week pretty much on this, and was a pretty not that productive week. I was thinking a lot of what hell I'm gonna do, for the Inktober. So this pretty much ends like the week before this one. And even this week was very, very unproductive, I would say. Sorta unproductive, because, some of the energy, it went into, drawing on tablet and thinking, what I'm gonna do, it has to be productive, it has to be for something, and, the sketchbook is, just there for a month now. For Inktober. After that, I don't know. I might buy another one, because I'm kind of getting back in the groove of doing those sketches in the sketchbook. I haven't had a sketchbook in. I did sketches on paper, right? But a proper, where every piece of paper is connected to the other piece of paper. I hadn't had something like that since I was, I think, not even in grade school, even before that. So that's more than a lot of years. 15. Man, this phone scared me. Jesus. I'm just gonna put it away a little bit. Okay, till I finish my recording here. So yeah, on this week I was like, hey, I'm gonna draw some mechs. But eventually I ended up, doing this fellow here, just ahead. It was sort of a reiteration of an older drawing I had, an older sketch. So I said, okay, I'm gonna refine it a little bit, get the planes, get the angles, get the parts, everything connected properly, make it work, at least from this angle. And I'm gonna do maybe, full body, we'll see. Eventually I end up not doing that, but I do, excuse me, I did plan on making alterations, other types of models, because this guy is actually from another comic I have planned, and I have a billion comics planned. So I ended up inking him a little bit, refining the sketch and polishing a little bit, getting ready for colors, because I kind of ditched out the idea of doing alterations and making another model. So I had like the antagonists guys Mac had also sketched. It was even rougher than the guy up. So yes, okay, I'm gonna do that guy as well here, and I'm gonna make it sort of to scale, and it's a bit more simple, a bit more sleek, a bit more skull oriented. I think skulls are like a trope of mine by now, and yeah, this sketch was pretty much a lot of line sculpting, because I didn't really like the angle where it went, and I didn't really like how it looked. So yeah, I ended up changing a lot of stuff basically on the top here, as you can see, and pretty much the mechs from this particular story, which is anonymous right now, are inspired by Full Metal Panic. So even this guy, this guy is gonna be probably like the most, right now I think the tail kind of gives it away, I would guess, but I really like that idea of a mech having a tail. Full Metal Panic is like one of my favorite shows, and the story and the situation and the time place where it's kind of like set, it's very, very nice. It's like very everything kind of makes sense, and it's interconnected. It's sort of like a little bit of altered history and whatnot, and it's altered history because of the mechs over there, and pretty much to kind of keep the story short, that's a big influence, at least for the mechs part. The rest of the story is like completely different, but I wanted, kind of have the best of the best. I like Gundam too, it's nice, but this kind of like over the top space battle robots, whatever, this stuff I'm doing, it's gonna be in this comic where these two mechs are gonna be, it's a lot more local, it's like on one planet, it's not branching off into the solar system and whatnot. It's here, it's closer, everything's like much more grounded. I needed inspiration from a source where things are like that, and this was pretty nice. That was pretty nice because it has a lot of sense to it, and the polishing stage kind of took me a little bit more to think about it, if I want to do it or not, because at that point I was like, maybe I want to do something else, maybe I don't want to do something else. So then I said, okay, I'm just gonna polish these guys, I'm gonna color them, put some shading in and a little bit of background, and that's it. And for this guy, down here I didn't really have like a color piece where all the neck pipes, things, joints kind of go, and his design is a bit more fluid. Again, taking inspiration from Full Metal Panic. The bad guys had like the best, their top mechs. They were a lot more fluid in their design. They looked like knights while the good guys were a lot more, you know, their mechs were a bit more blocky, not so rounded. And yeah, here is where I put the base colors, and it's pretty much straightforward. I ended up doing the topper guy, this guy here in blue. I wanted to make like blah blah. Oh my god, there's too many. An urban camo, but I wanted the urban camo to be only on some of the parts. The rest of the parts are gonna be like one color. So I went in that, and it came out, you know, okay. After that, I thought maybe I want to do some more color variations. I might do that in the future. I'm not really sure, but I'll see when I get there. I don't really, you know, even though I do enjoy drawing something else from time to time, when I kind of stray off from a project, you know, like I'm working on the War Babes comic now, it feels like a bit of a waste of time. Like I'm pushing myself away from the main goal, and I don't like that. So yeah, the values here were a bit dark, but I ended up, you know, going and overlaying the layer on the flat colors, and it made the rest of the stuff pop out. Here I'm putting the colors for the bad guys mech, and yeah, with this the video is approaching the end here pretty much. I'm just gonna put the values in after this, and yeah, these few weeks, you know, in October are gonna be a bit short. I'm doing the Inktober thing. At the end of Inktober, I'm gonna make a video showing my sketchbook and what I did. But for the most part, these videos are gonna be pretty short. I'm gonna have to divert some more resources to the Inktober and, you know, make it more enjoyable. So yeah, thanks for listening to my rambling, and sorry for the long O's. And I'll see you guys next time. So bye bye, and peace out.